think Elliot Anderson, especially, you know, looked very confident, wanted the ball a lot. He started, you know, in midfield. He went out to the left. He started playing through the middle. Really, really positive to see that he was, you know, in and amongst that in the second half. And I think it's going to be such a huge season for him, isn't it?
Yeah, massive season. I think there's always going to be a question mark around Elliot Anderson. Should he be on loan? Should he be sent out to a Championship club? Should he be sent out to a Premier League club and probably battling for relegation? But Eddie Howe's been very consistent. No, he's part of my plans. I want him there, and I want him to, you know, learn and develop with me. And I don't blame him for that. I really, really don't. And could you imagine if we did loan Elliot Anderson towards the second half of last season? You know, we were down to the bare bones as it was anyway. So it was definitely the right decision looking back. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. I thought Alan St-Maximin had moments, but I thought Eddie Anderson was the best player on the pitch on Saturday, which I think will show Eddie how well I want to play every single game. I think he'll get more minutes against Rangers tomorrow. And I think he's certainly one that I think people will be keeping an eye at, because I don't think he makes the starting 11. I don't think he's definitely playing in the starting 11. But I don't think Newcastle fans are worried at all in the slightest if he comes on at any point, because he will get games this season. You know, the likes of your Brunos, your Joe Lintons aren't going to play Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. There will be times that Elliot Anderson starts Premier League games because it's just so many games. And I think Newcastle fans do trust him. I think the one thing I'd like to see, and I know he got a goal on Saturday, I do think he can bring more goals to his game. I really do. I think he was unfortunate not to get a couple last season. Obviously, everyone remembers the Forest game last season where he should have had a goal. Mm-hmm. But on Saturday in particular, I love the link up between him and ASM. They were on the same wavelength, particularly second half. And then another day he probably would have had a hat trick. But yeah, he seems very fit as well. Seems really, really fit. I think he looked one of the fittest on Saturday in terms of a Newcastle point of view. And that's certainly a good sign of things to come for Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, as you say, he looked very confident. He looked fit. He looked hungry. He wanted to get on the ball. And funny enough, me and myself and Lee Ryder and a couple of other local journalists got to speak to him after the game. And one of the things he did say was that he's tried to add goals to his game, which I think we'll all, you know, as you've touched on, we agree he probably needs to do it. But I think all this talk of him going out on loan, and I remember how much of a hot topic it was last season. I think now, you know, it's very, very unlikely we'll see him leave. As you say, Newcastle fighting on four fronts. They're going to need players like that in and around the team who can stand in. And I think, you know, one player that didn't play on Saturday but has proven in the last couple of weeks that he can have a similar sort of role of Anderson. He's maybe more senior, and that's Anthony Gordon. I think you're now looking at this team and the amount of attacking options they've got, you know, that can do a job. It's really refreshing. It takes a lot of pressure off Eddie Howe needing to go out and sign a couple of more attackers, doesn't it, this summer?